Hello, Flosstube. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and this is my Flosstube update number 201. Over the hump, 200 videos. Um, Today is Saturday, September 25th, 2001. And actually, a year ago, I just, this came up in my memories on Facebook yesterday, I think. Um, I had gone on uh, a bike ride, the Big Dam Bridge 100. Uh, it's a bike ride they have every year in Little Rock, going over the what's called the Big Dam Bridge. It has an official name of Pulaski County something or other, blah blah blah, but everybody calls it the Big Dam Bridge because it goes over the Murray-Lucken Dam on the river. And so they have a ride every year. You can go different lengths. There's I think a 16-mile length, and I think 25 or whatever, and then 50 and 75 and 100, something like that. So, but it goes, like I said, it goes over the bridge, over the Big Dam Bridge, in all of those rides, of whatever length you go. But anyway, so I used to live downtown in Little Rock, and so the starting line for that ride was also downtown. And so that day I got up at 5:30 in the morning, um, and rode my bike down to the starting line, did the 16-mile length, and then there were massages, and they fed us and all that, and then I rode my bike home. So I did about 18 miles or so that day. It was a great day. I was hoping, back when I did this 10 years ago, in 2011. That's this. You can't see this T-shirt, but that's what it says. It's just the Big Dam Bridge. Get over it. Uh, but so I did that ride, and I hoped at that time that I'd be able to do, have an opportunity to do more. But just the timing and the whatever else I was doing wasn't right, and I didn't have a chance to do it again. But it was one of my fondest memories of one of those days. Anyway, so today's the 25th, and this is a channel about cross stitch, and I don't have very much to share. I don't have any haul. Well, any stitching haul, but I do have a few things that I've been working on. Get this out of the way, actually. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. So I worked a little bit last weekend, and I sort of decided on this, I guess, because I'm doing the what I've been calling the Super Showstopper Sal. I have two projects that I'm doing for the Showstopper Sal, which is a sort of a continuation of the Colorado Cross Stitchers cross stitch camp, a virtual camp kind of thing that we've been doing. Some of us have been doing over the summer, and so this, in conjunction with, like, some people are doing Sampler September, so this Showstopper Sal is in connection with that to whatever degree. And anyway, it's for people who who didn't want cross stitch camp to end, basically. Anyway, so since I was doing that, I'm also doing, in conjunction with that, I'm also doing Jessie Lee's Sal All the Kitties. And so I've been working on a project for that, and it's just been like ended up being something that I've done on the weekend. So last weekend, after my update, I did a little bit more on that on Midnight Meow. So I'm almost done now. I still have the back stitching of their faces to do, and then this moon and these little stars. But I've done all these three kitties, and I just completed this kitty. So all I have left is this one, and I did this the little fence thing that they're sitting on. So I don't know. There's probably cat hair on this. So this is how far I gotten. So I finished this kitty here, and this is his tail here, and this little gap is where the last kitty, this kitty here, will go. So it's almost done, which is good because this kit was copyrighted in 1992. So it's what, 20 some years ago. And I probably started it in, if not in 92, then shortly afterward. But so, yeah, so I'm finally I'm rounding the corner. I'm almost done. I have one kitty left to do, and then like I said, the moon and stars and the back stitching. And there's backstitching to define their faces and to define their bodies, especially this cat here, because he kind of blends into the fence there. And again, I did lighten the colors of the fence. I guess it's a fence. I don't know, whatever, this line, so that it would show up better. Because the colors that I was using, the darkest gray here, it's this black. It looks black on the. This cat's mouth it's stitched in that color, and it doesn't show up very well against this black fabric. So anyway, and the back stitch is in black, and I don't know how well that's going to show up either. So we'll see. But that's Midnight Meow. It's almost done. Almost. And then here. And then I also worked on Monster Wonder Whale. I worked on it. I had been alternating between the two Monster Wonder Whale and Heaven and Nature Sing, my two super showstopper Sal project. But I had been alternating between them, and then I sort of lost track of my alternating and ended up working all week long, mostly all week long on the whale. So this from Owl Forest Embroidery, Monster Wonder Whale. So I've been working on just the gray on this whale, and so last week I had not done the tail yet, but so at the beginning of this week, I guess, I worked on all this geometric pattern stuff on his tail there. So I've only been working on the one color, but and there's it's used in other elements of the design as well, but so far, I'm almost done with the whale. I have this last part of his back to do, and then there's this geometric pattern. There's some more of it, but the whale is almost done. And then there's all kinds of stuff that trees and ships and houses and fish, water, all that stuff, and that design. There's lots of stuff. Whale spit, as somebody called it. he's spouting off there. But then there's all these colored blocks there I haven't done yet. But so yeah, I just have like this is blank there. I have like this little geometric pattern, and maybe this one. Yeah, there's one more over here, I think, and 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 one here, uh, and then the rest of it is like is other colored um, things. And one thing I did, oh, I don't have it here. It's in there. Okay, never mind. I'll say it later. But so this Owl Force kit comes with this cute little needle minder, and a needle and this fabric, very nicely serged fabric, and all the threads and everything. And uh, I had some. I made some just homemade thread drops for the threads. They come with like a little bobbin that has like the symbol for the thread on there. You know where you use it, but for this kit, you know, it comes with a lot of thread for each of those colors. You know, because it's a big design. But the you know the thread bobbins that the thread comes on um, don't have a good place for you to, you know, there's no place to anchor them. You just wind it around there, I guess. And you know, so so I just made some thread drops, uh, and and I'll show you what I used. Where I put them here. Yeah. What I ended up using for that, um, I did from another project. Get to that in a second. Let me get this before I forget. Okay. Anyway, sorry. So like I said, I worked a little bit on the Monster Wonder Whale at the sort of at the beginning of this past week, and then I set it aside because I had spent basically all week working on it, and so I went to my other project, which is this Kathy Barrick design, and Heaven and Nature Sing. And I've been working on the back end of the deer from Bough here on, which this is right around here is about the center of the design. So I've been working on this back half of the deer, and I had done these cardinals last week, except I hadn't finished their beaks yet because this, you know, it was just a few stitches of this other color. And I'm kind of a color completist, so I've been working on the deer, and I did these cardinals to sort of give myself a break from all that brown. But so I worked some more on the deer, and I did this little berry basket under here, and the cardinal that goes with it. So you'll have to pardon my wrinkled fabric because I had it, you know, using quilting clips. I had, you know, all this extra fabric that will get used in the design. The design is pretty big and takes up pretty much this whole piece of fabric. But for now, it's just kind of in the way. So, but I did a few more lines of this deer, and I finished the cardinals, and they now have beaks. And I worked on this little berry basket and the deer's other leg. There's like a tawny brown color that goes under here to, you know, and under his tail to give him a little more depth, and I haven't gotten to that yet. But so this is the back half of the deer, and I've completed this berry basket and the little cardinal on top. But that's all done. So it's coming along. It's coming along. So what I was talking about with the Owl Forest design are these thread drops. I talked about them last week. I bought them at the attic. and you know, so I've got a lot of things on here. So I set some, I used some for the Owl Forest design, and I had put like the Owl Forest pattern things have a number and the name of the thread, and so I written on here on those thread drops OFE for Owl Forest Embroidery, and the number, and then I'd written the color name. And for the Owl Forest, for that Monster Wonder Whale kit, I put the symbol beside it just so that, you know, I wouldn't mix it up. I have another Owl Forest kit, the Whale and Pug, that I did a few weeks ago. And it uses the, did I say whale? Elephant and Pug. Elephant and Pug. That uses like a couple of the same colors, but they have like different symbols, but they have the same color names. There's Salt and Pepper, which is that dark gray, and I think I misspoke a few weeks ago, where I talked about the Salt and Pepper color being different, being very light. But I was looking at it again the other day, and it's not. The Salt and Pepper dark gray color is used like to outline the elephant's ear and that sort of thing, and the body of the elephant is a color called cloudy dawn, which is a lighter gray. So I misspoke last time, because I was thinking it was that the dark color, I mean, that the elephant was supposed to be that salt and pepper color, and that, you know, anyway, I misspoke. But anyway, so I use these thread drops for the Monster Wonder Whale kit threads, and it's wonderful. But so I last time I had talked about a bunch of haul that I got, including a kit I bought at the attic for a very tiny little scissor fob. And this is a Chessie and me design. I don't think I said that last week, that I don't, when I looked at it, but Chessie and me is on the pattern. So this is the front of the scissor fob. The back has a couple of these acorns, and then a place where you can put your initials. There's in the pattern, there's an alphabet. And then on this pattern, the bottom half of this acorn and the cat's eyes, the bottom half of all the acorns, I guess, are done in Smyrna crosses. And then the acorn caps are done in satin stitches. And then you backstitch the line around here to make the scissor fob. Well, I decided I wanted to start this kit because it's so small, you know. So I did the acorn, and I'm working on the tree now, the bough. It's called Beneath the Bough scissor fob, but I didn't do Smyrna crosses on this acorn. I started off doing it, and but this you know, I don't usually stitch on linen. I usually, if it's I stitch sometimes on 14 count Aida, but usually what I will stitch on is 28 count Monaco Lugana. I found, you know, it's a little heavier fabric. It's almost like denim, but I found that I really like that. I still like 14 count Aida. I do some things on that, but I like Monaco, and sometimes I will do stitch something on 32 count linen. I have a couple of things on that, and that's fine. Well, actually, this is on 32 count linen, and I think the Al Force embroidery project is also on 32 count linen, or maybe 28 count. I don't know, but so this, if it's the same as the model, this is 30 count linen, and I can't remember if it says what it's called. It's got a little bit of a pattern. This is the other. It was one longer piece of fabric, and I cut it in half because the two pieces are separate. Anyway, this is, if it's the same as the model, it is, let me see, the model was stitched on 30 count straw natural gingham linen. So I believe this is the same thing. It's this gingham print. It's got it upside down. Yeah, so I believe it's the same 30 count fabric. Natural gingham linen. So so it's designed to be stitched with one thread, but the smyrna crosses here were looking like just lumps. You really couldn't tell. You couldn't tell they're smyrna crosses. As far as I know, I was doing them correctly, but they were just, I wasn't happy with the way they were coming out. So I just did regular X's. I did do a satin stitch for this little acorn cap, and it's okay. It's not the best stitching I ever did, but I think it looks okay. But I just did regular X's for the bottom part of the acorn, because I couldn't get the smyrna crosses to, they didn't look good. It just looked like lumps of, like I was just making lumps. It didn't, you couldn't tell what they were. So, and even the X's that I'm doing for the tree, they look better on camera actually than they look in person. So I'm like, did I cross those? Did I, because I guess, I don't know if it's the lighting in here or whatever. I've been working on it a little bit this afternoon in here in this room, and so I couldn't tell, if I had did I cross the rest of those? And I did. It just, they don't look, I couldn't see them. But anyway, so I had gone ahead and started this for fun, and I have this is my kitty needle minder here. This is from my cat Hotspur. I have one like this for my cat Cyrano. They were cats I had before my current ones, Puck and Snug. But I used to have Hotspur and Cyrano. These are their tags from when that they used to wear. They passed away several years ago. But anyway, so yeah, that's where I got I made their tags into needle minders. But anyway, so I thought that was appropriate. This is a little big for this tiny project, but I wanted something to hold my needle, and I thought that would be appropriate. And like I said, I used I went ahead and went ahead and used some more of these scissor fobs for the thread that came in this little kit. And it's a combination of, there's a couple of anchor threads, and the rest are Weeks Dye Works. So that's all the stitching that I did. And I didn't have any more haul exactly. We went to Joann's the other day to get some fabric for my sisters and I for the 411 project that we're doing, which is we're making pillowcases for the New Mexico Baptist Children's Home. They take in foster children, basically, who are, for whatever reason, have to have foster situations. And one of the things that it's something that my mother was very supportive of. She did a lot of things to support the Baptist Children's Home, and so in her honor, we're doing the what we're calling the 411 project. So anyway, we went to buy some fabric. We've had some donations of money for that, and so we went to go buy some fabric for these pillowcases that we're making. Anyway, so while we were at Joann's, we were there kind of a long time, picking fabrics and matching up some fabrics that we had with fabrics for other to make the pillowcases. And so while we were on our way out and we were going through checkout or whatever, my sisters were going through checkout with the fabric, and so I was just kind of tagging along basically at that point, and so I bought this little guy. He's one of these Thai little stuffies with the big eyes. And he's a little dragon. I think at Cracker Barrel, I had seen a black one like this, but at Joann's they had this little sparkly one, and and I bought it because I wanted it because he's cute. My cats, it was sitting on my bed, and my cats were like, attacking it already. Speaking of cats, the other thing I bought was some time ago. Well, let me backtrack a little further. There's I follow a bunch of cat accounts, cat rescues, mostly cat rescues, but this one account is for a pair of cats called Cole and Marmalade. Cole is a black cat, and Marmalade is an orange kitty. And so they were doing a kind of a fundraiser or whatever for because Cole has gone through cancer. Cats, can I guess can be treated for cancer or whatever. So so they did, I guess, a fundraiser, I think, for that. Anyway, so they made these little stuffies for Cole and Marmalade. And little plush things. So this is Cole, and he's a little dragon kind of thing, and they give him a pair of wings and little, I guess, horns. But so, yeah, so this is Cole. And he's got a little thing on his wrist right here, I guess. Cole. And Marmalade. And Marmalade is wearing like a little knight costume, I guess. He's got his little sword and his cape and his little gauntlets. I don't know why, but anyway, but you can actually go and look up their account, Cole and Marmalade, and yeah. So I bought these just to participate in that thing, and because they're cute, and because I love cats, and because it's Cole and Marmalade. But yeah, I'm kind of silly, but I bought them. Anyway, so they came like in the last couple weeks. One of them came before the other, so I was waiting for them both to come in before I shared them with you. But anyway, so I think that's about everything. I'm trying to think if there was something. Oh, some of you may have noticed this. My my boo-boo owie finger. I smashed it in the door the other day. On, I guess it was Thursday. Today's Saturday. It was Thursday. Sorry, iPhone. Um, the door was closing, and I was the garage door, and I was on my way out. I was talking to my sister, and I kind of reached behind me to keep the door from slamming, and I didn't realize because I was looking forward. I didn't realize where my hand was exactly, and the door kind of swung shut and smashed my finger, and actually it smashed this one too. Both of my fingers. So there's a little bit of a bruise on that one. But it, this one like bruised immediately. This sort of blood blister under my nail. And somebody had said, that I should, if I soaked it in Epsom salt, that should draw some of that out of there. So I haven't done that yet, but I might get on that. It was very painful at the time it happened. The door just really smashed my finger very badly, and it bruised like immediately. But and it's one of those things that makes your whole hand hurt. Like we talked about, like in the cartoons, when your finger goes and throbs and gets all giant, and it's like your whole body just like reacts to that. But anyway, but it didn't keep me from stitching. I feel it like at odd times, like trying to pull the needle under when I'm like ending a thread, and you have to put a little more pressure to pull that needle through there. I feel it in things like that, and odd things like when I'm trying to thread the needle, trying to hold the needle, yeah. But otherwise, though, I can still stitch, which is the important thing. And a matter of fact, this coming Tuesday, I have rehearsal. It's, I think, our last rehearsal before the performance. I think our concert is coming up on the 5th of October. So, yeah, so Tuesday is our last rehearsal. And so I'm like, can I play? I think I can. I think, yeah, it's not that quite painful. But in a couple of days, I have to recover. But yeah, it's one of those things you don't really think about all the times you use your finger for whatever. But yeah. So yeah, and actually, what I'm really looking forward to is in a couple of weeks, we're going to Albuquerque to see partly to see the balloon fiesta, which goes on in Albuquerque every year, like usually the first weekend in October through the second weekend in October, that whole week. And I don't know if they did it last fall because of the pandemic, but they're doing it this fall. And my brother plays in a band called Mirage. It's a Santana tribute band, kind of mostly. And but they're playing on the 9th of October, so we're gonna go and hear them. So and then my birthday is actually on the 10th, which is the day we're driving back. But so we're there for the weekend, and my cousin and my couple of my aunts still live out there, and my brother, of course. So it's gonna be a nice time to be in Albuquerque for the fiesta, for the fall, for my birthday, to see my family and all that. So it's gonna be fun. So looking forward to that in a couple of weeks. 2 weeks from today, I guess. Yeah. So yeah. So that's what's going on in my life and my stitching and everything else. So I don't know how much more work I'll have to do on the scissor fob. But I'm going to get back to my September super showstopper style pieces. I'm not going to finish those by the end of the month, and probably in October, the embroidery.com, they're doing the witchy stitchy thing contest challenge, I guess that's what I'm trying to say, beginning October 1st. And I am going to be participating in that, and probably gosh, there's a couple of Halloween things that I kind of want to do, and new things I want to start, and but also some like, I have the tiny modernist Sleepy Hollow sale that was going on a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, where you could either stitch it all in one piece, or you could make 4 little drums. And I still want to finish that. I barely got a start on the first part of that, because in the past I've always done a lot of Christmas stitching, and I probably will not do that, or if I do, I'll do some smalls, so that I'm not, I don't have any big plans like I did, where I stitch something for every, something, a project for each person in my life. But I probably won't do that this year. I don't right now have plans to do that. But so I've been had time to work on some other things, so I will probably try to do something like that, all this some Halloween stuff for the month of October. But I plan to participate in that Witchy Stitch Challenge, and stitch every day in October if I can. And of course I'm going to take it with me when we go to Albuquerque, and see how that goes. But so that's what I'm planning on doing in the next few weeks, and into October. And that's about it, I think. So I will see you next week. I'm going to do an update next week, and check out our Etsy shop, Three Sisters Creative. We've got some new things there. Some new project bags and new scissor fobs and stuff that are on the website. Some new Halloween stuff. So go and check that out. And I'll have links below to the 411 project video, and after Sunday, the Sticks and Strings video as well will be linked down there, because that comes out on Sundays, and this will be on Saturday. So I'll have a link starting on Sunday to the Sticks and Strings video. And yeah, so if you have any questions, any comments, let me know. Keep me informed. And in the upcoming video, my sisters and I spun for our 100 subscriber giveaway thing, and so we chose a winner. So if you had entered your name for that, you might want to check out on Sunday. Check out the Three Sisters Creative Sticks and Strings video. Sorry, Sticks and Strings video on Sunday, on the 26th, on Sunday, to find out who won. Okay, I think that's it. I'll see you next week. Again, my name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye.